Well, welcome everyone today. Thank you for joining us. We're about to cut the ribbon to formally open the Charis Live and Learn Center here at Redeemer. After we do that, you're all welcome to join us downstairs. There will be a brief presentation with some remarks and then some refreshments provided. So there will just be a few pictures before we actually do the cutting, and then we will officially open the center. So we can't cut yet.
We want to have masks off. Everybody masks off? Or
no, I'm not comfortable with that.
No problem? Yeah. So we'll just get you to post. When we do the actual cutting, I want everybody else who's not cutting, everybody's looking at me, okay? So let's all look here at the camera.
Don't cut yet.
Just hold it, don't cut. Yeah, smiling everybody here. Great. Big smiles. I can see your faces, or at least most of them. That's nice. Great. Okay, so I'm going to count you down for the cut.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to go 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Everybody else, make sure you're looking at me, guys. No blinking. On go. All right. Here we go. Everybody here, and 3, 2, 1, go.
Go. There we go.
Fantastic. And one last shot with everybody just looking now that the ribbon's been cut. Beautiful. Great. Excellent. All right, we got it. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you. Thank you for joining us here this morning. My name is Gina Taylor, and I have the privilege of serving as the Vice Chair of the Board of Governors here at Redeemer University. I'm representing our Board Chair, Mr. Denis Saint-Amour, who was unable to attend today, but sends his greetings and appreciation that we are all able to gather to celebrate in person. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I'd like to welcome our students, our faculty, staff, our distinguished guests, and all those joining us for this momentous occasion here in person or over the live feed. The board is pleased with the positive developments and growth we have seen here at Redeemer in recent years. Today's formal opening of the Charis Live and Learn Center illustrates the amazing work God is doing here and the blessings He has provided. Redeemer does not exist for its own sake, to simply build beautiful buildings and expand our footprint. Although as a member of the board, it thrills me to see new buildings. But we're here for a greater purpose, to benefit communities, organizations, and our society. And I can attest that from the board level, in all the work that has gone into this building we are now in, and throughout the discussion and the planning, it has been clear that the mission of Redeemer has been the driver and purpose of this effort. And so, once again, thank you for joining us in this celebration. I would now ask Redeemer's President, Dr. David Zietsma, to come to the podium to share a few remarks with us, as well as introduce today's distinguished speakers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gina. It's a privilege to be here this morning. And there was a time when COVID was just beginning and we had been planning this building and we were unsure what the future held. But here we are today, and it's certainly a very exciting day. Thanks to all of you for coming. Thank you to the faculty and staff who are here this morning, and thank you to the students who are sharing in this moment as well. And a special welcome to our President Emeritus, Dr. Justin Cooper, who's joining us here this morning as well. What an exciting time for Redeemer. It certainly has been an interesting few years. But over the last number of years, we have felt God's incredible blessing on this university. We are here today to celebrate the opening of the largest construction effort since the building of the original campus. And that is something, indeed, to give God praise and thanks for. But it is truly the culmination of a number of exciting events. A few years ago, we launched the Learn Forward strategic plan, which sought to help us continue to focus on strategic efforts to shape the next generation of students on a modern, relevant, sustainable campus with relevant programs to prepare students to make a difference in organizations and communities wherever they are called. Part of that strategic plan included significant investments not only in new degrees, but also in facilities. We also undertook a tuition and fee restructuring effort to make Redeemer affordable for more students, so that more students would choose Redeemer as an option for them. That, in part, has led to significant enrollment growth. And of course, we were very grateful for the provincial government's effort with Bill 213, which made a more equitable environment for Redeemer to exist, allowed us to have greater degree granting authority, and recognized the many years of academic success and excellence of Redeemer University, as well as our accreditation success with PCAB. We also were able to undertake a rebrand and rename the university as Redeemer University, recognizing the undergraduate university degrees that we offer to students. And finally, this past year, we surpassed 1,000 students for the first time in Redeemer's history. So the building, the Charis Center that we are opening today, is the culmination of a number of efforts over a number of years by so many people to make Christian university education in Ontario stronger and more effective and available to more students. And why do we do this? And I think, Gina, you alluded to this. Because we believe that students who are prepared to effectively work in a variety of callings, but who are discipled as disciples of Jesus Christ, will be able to go out into the world to share the love and hope of Jesus in communities, in organizations, businesses, and neighborhoods. And we are living in a world that has so much polarization, so much challenge and suffering and political difficulties. And Redeemer students are needed today more than ever. And so we're excited to open this building today and excited that you've joined us in this celebratory moment. There's a few key partners that I would like to thank for making this happen. Of course, I forgot a sheet. I can't name everyone. There are so many who have contributed in so many ways, but I would like to especially thank Reinders & Law Limited for all their work right along with us at the beginning, as well as T. John's Consulting. And I saw some of you here this morning and just recollecting that first meeting with Ed Bosveld, who's been the sort of overall project lead on this whole entire project. I remember that first meeting we had, and what a long way we've come. It's certainly interesting to reflect on that timeline. I'd also like to thank Skiltice Construction, as well as countless other contractors and subcontractors who have been involved in this project. Thank you. Thank you to city staff who have worked with us in a very difficult time during this pandemic, making themselves available and working with us on the requisite needs to make this facility happen. Thank you to the Redeemer staff who have been part of this along the way. Without you, we could not have opened this facility in January. Many stressful hours went into making this possible, and thank you so much on behalf of our students and the students and residents who have benefited from our opening informally in January that we're celebrating today. And thank you to our incredible donor community. Without you, this facility and this university is not possible. It's because of you and your faithful and generous support that we can be here today. So thank you so much on behalf of Redeemer faculty, students, and staff for your support. I also want to thank various representatives of government and from our legislative bodies who are here today. We have a number of them that will be sharing remarks, and I'm going to introduce you to them now, and then they will come up sequentially in order to share a few remarks. So thank you for being here today, and thank you for the work you do as public servants serving in government and in various representative capacities. So we have with us today the Honourable Philomena Tassi, Minister of Public Services and Procurement, and the MP for Hamilton West, Ancaster, Dundas. Ms. Sandy Shaw, Member of Provincial Parliament for Hamilton West, Ancaster, Dundas. Ms. Donna Skelly, Member of Provincial Parliament for Flamborough, Glanbrook. And I know I've disappointed our next guest because I have not been able to play squash, racquetball, which one is it? The way President Emeritus Cooper did, but perhaps maybe pickleball sometime, Mayor Fred. His Worship, Mayor Fred Eisenberger, Mayor of Hamilton. And Councillor Lloyd Ferguson, Ward 12 Councillor, Hamilton City Council. They will now come each in turn to share a few remarks.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's fantastic to be here, to be gathering again in person. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we are on the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe peoples. I'd like to thank Dr. David Zietsma, and congratulations, President, on the appointment. I know you've been working very hard and shown such great passion for Redeemer, so great to see you in this position. Gina Taylor and the board, as well as Melissa Goosen and the student body, for the invitation here today and inviting me to say a few words as we celebrate the opening of the Charis Live and Learn Center, and what a beautiful center it is. It's an honor to be with you here today to welcome this amazing addition to Redeemer University. As many of you know, founded in 1982, Redeemer University is approaching the milestone of 4 decades of operations. And throughout its history, this institution has educated thousands of students, strengthening their minds in a faith-based approach to education, and contributing to the success of students and providing them with the tools they need to pursue their passions in life and respond to the call. The faith that the alumni and our community have in this university's vision is evident. Just look at the significant donations that were made in order to make this dream come true and this building to be constructed. It is detailed in Redeemer's vision that we must always keep learning and look forward to the future. What we have built here today is fully accessible, modern of infrastructure, and is energy efficient and environmentally friendly. It will no doubt serve as a fantastic space to house students and create engaging learning environments for generations to come. Congratulations to Redeemer and all those involved in bringing this project to fruition. Thanks so much, and God bless.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sandy Shaw. I'm the MPP for Hamilton West, Ancaster Dundas, and it is absolutely my pleasure to be here. Thank you to David Zietsma. We've worked before. It's been a pleasure to work with you again. And to the Board of Directors, congratulations on this phenomenal success. I'd like to say, you know, we mentioned it's been some difficult years. We've been through some very difficult years with COVID, but previous to that, I was able to work with both the students and faculty here on some incredible projects, which shows exactly what the vision for Redeemer is. I mean, you had your food drive. I know with students, we walked all through the community and collected food. I don't know, there's tens of thousands of pounds of food. I forget the amount, but it was phenomenal how you reached out to the community in which you operate. The other thing that I want to talk about a little bit is some of the academic work that you have done. And, you know, we've all heard about the contamination that we saw in Coots Paradise. That's something that's been very difficult for our community to grapple with. But previous to that, I met with professors from the Environmental Studies Group, and they're here today, and who did phenomenal work with their students in doing sampling in our water and our waterways. So I want to give you a shout out for the work that you have done, because in many ways you were a precursor. You were ringing the alarm before we knew the scale and the scope of the problem. And in fact, it's my understanding that the sampling that you did to understand the levels of E. coli helped to identify some cross-contamination that was happening on the mountain, and that's the kind of phenomenal work that this university does. And so I'm so happy to be here to support not only the heart that you have for your community and the caring students and faculty that you have, but this excellent entrepreneurial work that you do, and this Charis Center will only continue in that tradition. I'd like to end by saying it's sometimes, our work can be difficult, all of us, and a model that I always keep in mind is the notion that you need to do all the good you can for as many souls as you can, forever as long as you can, And that is what I believe we all do, whether we know it or not, and certainly that's exactly what Redeemer College represents. So yet again, I want to thank you and congratulate you. I do have, on behalf of the Legislature of Ontario, a certificate congratulating you. I'll hand that to you later. But thank you, everyone, so very much, and it's been a pleasure to be here, and have a great morning.
Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful building, really. This is, as Philomena mentioned, this is a spectacular building, but what's even better, look at the sweet table. Have you seen this? I'm looking at it and I'm drooling. We've got triple chocolate fudge cake, vanilla cake, chocolate cake, and carrot cake, in case you can't read it, so believe me. This is spectacular, but I can't wait for the after party. Thank you for the invitation to celebrate the grand opening of the Charis Live and Learn Center. I must say, whenever I visit Redeemer University, I always receive such a heartwarming welcome. I was here in the fall of 2020 for the groundbreaking, and I can't believe that you were able to do it during the pandemic. This is remarkable. The work that has been completed on this building in that length of time is really, truly incredible. Redeemer definitely needs more residents and classroom space, and I understand that enrollment is now, as you've mentioned, over 1,000, and that is absolutely remarkable. We're so proud of you. And that increase is due in part to a significant reduction in tuition. This kind of growth is a testament to your leaders' commitment to put a Christian university education within reach of more and more students. Redeemer has a reputation in Hamilton and beyond of offering a quality education, a strong sense of community, and the opportunity to build lifelong friendships and deep community connections. Your faith is integrated into the curriculum, and it encompasses all aspects of university life and learning. I admire the fact that Redeemer students are encouraged to embrace the idea of going out and changing the world. The students and staff at Redeemer enrich our community, and of course they enrich our province. I congratulate you on this momentous occasion. You're celebrating not only the grand opening of a new building, but also your 40th anniversary in Hamilton, so congratulations.
So thank you very much for the opportunity to be here once again. It's always uplifting to be at Redeemer College. It's one of the better experiences that we have because everybody is so positive and encouraging in terms of all the work that you do. So what a great day to be here. And you know, as I stand here, I kind of hearken back to remembering a little bit about Beach Boulevard and the beginnings of the Bell Cairn location and the evolution of the site here, the work of your previous president, Justin Cooper, who's still trying to beat me at squash. And haven't seen him in a couple of years, so pandemic issue. But right away it was, when are we playing? So Justin, wherever you are, I'm on. There you are. And you know what, the evolution of this great facility here has been nothing short of outstanding. Terry Johns came over to say hi. Terry and I went to Mohawk together in planning, and she's done some great, excellent work throughout our community, but did say that the building is even better than it looked on paper, which is quite a testament to not only the design, but the quality of the contractors. He'll tell us you can't have anybody better at building your products. So congratulations to the architect, the designs, and the contractor for making it all happen. It looks spectacular. Can't wait to see the rest of it. And you know what? I'm very, very proud of our ongoing relationship with Redeemer. Actually, City Lab downtown next to City Hall in the former Hall of Fame building. We've now actually made that program permanent, which is a partnership between McMaster, Mohawk College, and Redeemer. That really speaks to the kind of integration and partnership that we need to have to make our city successful and to continue to provide opportunity for students to learn about some of the challenging problems that cities face through City Lab. So permanent feature now. It was a pilot program for the better part of 5 years. Now will be a permanent fixture of that learning opportunity right in the heart of our city. So our partnership is critically important to the development of our city. how our major institutions evolve and grow speaks to how our community is going to evolve and grow. And so it's critically important that you're successful, and if you're successful, our community will be successful. So President Zietsma, congratulations, and everyone else, all the sponsors, and I know this university has been predominantly donor-led, not government funding on occasion, but donor-led, private donors coming together and saying, we support faith-based learning in our community, and we support Redeemer University College and University. I said college, my apologies. Redeemer University, and that has 100% kept this facility in good hands, and of course has done a terrific job of creating this facility as well. So congratulations to all the sponsors and donors, and you just made our city better, so congratulations, and I'm going to have one of each. Just saying. Thank you.
I know you slide back in those chairs. I just about went in my, you know what. But welcome, everyone. My name is Lloyd Ferguson, and I represent Ward 12, which I like to call Ancaster. A little bit of Flamborough, too, on Hamilton City Council. You from Flamborough? Ancaster, yeah. Well, I'm very proud to be the representative for the last 16 years. And during that time, I've had the opportunity to come to many of these events here at Redeemer. And congratulations also to Dr. Zietsma on being president. David, I'm going to do it again. I called you David. David used to come around all the time, not all the time, but regularly to my office and with a delegation about some issue that was going on. And I was thrilled to see when you were named the president because you've been a very reasonable person to deal with. Just saying, there's some anger out there these days. And we're feeling it like everybody else is. I talked to a colleague who sits on a board with me, the Rural Ontario Municipalities, and he brought it up. Wow, what's going on with society? They're all angry when they write in. And it's just, I've heard it's COVID related. People are so tired of being cramped in. And I've heard it's a bit of rollover from Trump, and or both or something else. But those are the two explanations I've had. But it's so nice to be here today in front of a friendly crowd and to open the Charis. I was really interested how you got that name. And it's a Greek word, and it has a very special meaning. So if you have a chance, take a look at it on the handout because it explains what that name comes from because it's very suiting to Redeemer College. I'm so proud to have Redeemer in my ward. They're always growing, but you know, I'm going to be as gentle as I can in this. A couple of my colleagues have other universities or colleges in their particular wards, and they get constant complaints about the students rebel-rousing. You know, cars turned over on their street and this sort of thing. I never hear that about Redeemer, and I think, Justin, you've heard me say that before to you, is I remember I've had a couple calls about the students at Redeemer to my office. And both times, what they told me is that these students were living in homes that they rented adjacent. They're kept very well. But on big snowstorms, they come out with their shovels, particularly for the elderly, and help them shovel their driveway out. Mac and Mohawk students don't do that. At least we don't hear about it. But I certainly hear about it from Redeemer. And I think that's all part of a Christian education. You're taught to do that, the morals and ethics and helping your neighbor. And you've done a great job in that. But, you know, 100 and I got to check my notes now, 170 new beds. I understand some are empty, so I hope I can get a tour of one because it looks amazing. And an additional classroom space, which sounds like you need when you've now hit the 1,000 threshold, which is amazing. So I'm going to like Fred. He sort of stole, he must have saw my notes, because he sort of stole my comments, is to recognize some of the other professionals you hired. You hired the best. Carrie Johns, I've dealt with her a lot. I do sit on the planning committee. In fact, I'm vice chair of it now. And when she comes in and tells you something, you can believe it. And that's not always the case with others. And so I very much appreciate dealing with Terry. And also Harm Schultes, I think, is here in the Schultes group. Great contractor. I just wish they would bid on other projects in Ancaster because I don't see them here much. And I've tried to tune them up on that, and I think I'm bringing them around to start bidding on city projects, not only in Ancaster, but in the rest of the city, because they're an amazing contractor. So thanks very much. Have a great afternoon, and thanks for inviting me.
Thanks to each of you for those wonderful remarks. They're much appreciated and are encouragement to us. But with all due respect to each of you, I would now like to welcome up the most important guest, and that is Miss Melissa Gosen. She is the interim president of Redeemer Student Senate and is here to share some remarks on behalf of the student body.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to be here today to represent the Redeemer student body. As students, we have seen the slow but sure transformation of the gaping dirt hole in the old parking lot to the gray mass of concrete, hordes of construction workers, 7 a.m. sounds of a parking lot being paved right outside my dorm window, which was not appreciated, occasional blockage of the pathway to classes, and finally to the beautiful building we all see today. In many ways, this Charis Center has been a long time coming, and for the students who have been here to witness its transformation, it is a very exciting thing. For Redeemer, this building represents direction. The name Live and Learn grounds us in the very purpose of our school. The Charis Center brings 170 new beds to the Redeemer campus. We hope that these will soon be filled with 170 faces that can be a part of the on-campus living community. There's much to celebrate about this. It expands the residents' life community. It gives a great opportunity for senior students to keep living on the campus that they love. It shows a growing school and all of the excitement and opportunities that it brings. The Charis Center also brings a number of new classrooms which have already been put to good use this semester. The introduction of new study spaces, new learning centers, and new places to spend time in community together will go far in equipping Redeemer students to first learn and then go out into the world. The name Charis, as has been mentioned on the sheets, comes out of the Greek word meaning grace. At Redeemer, it is by this grace that we get to do life together, learn from each other, and see just how that points us back to the goodness of our God. It is my hope that Redeemer keeps leaning into this grace and that our community continues to be strengthened by it. On behalf of the student body, I want to thank Redeemer for continuing to invest in the faith-based education that will grow and shape us. The Charis Center exemplifies Redeemer's strong emphasis on the importance of living and learning together in the grace of Christ. This emphasis is what draws students to this school, and I hope it will continue to draw people to Redeemer for the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa, and I should also thank you for stepping up to serve as interim president in a pretty challenging situation, I'm sure. And I can tell you afterward what happens to you when you have that interim tag on, what comes next. So now I would like to invite up Mr. Josh Tong. Josh is senior pastor at Sovereign Grace Church in Toronto, and he is a member of the Board of Governors to offer a closing prayer. After he has done that, please help yourself to refreshments, and as was noted a couple times, there's an information page about the facility that you can grab from one of the tables, and there is a self-guided tour. So it's short, but it takes you through the lower level teaching spaces, and then on the upper, I think floor 1, some of the living spaces, you can go right in and see them. And they're guided. If you look around, you can see the balloons back there. I believe that's stop number 1, and then you follow the balloons that way, and then up the stairs, and just keep following the balloons, and you'll see the various spaces. So we do ask that you take the opportunity to do that and see the amazing facility that will serve students for years to come. And with that, I'll ask Mr. Josh Tong to come.
Thank you for the privilege of being here. As already been mentioned, the word charis means grace, and the essence of it is unmerited favor. And isn't that what we need more of in our world today, to give grace, perhaps to those who haven't earned it, but we give it generously anyways. And I was just preaching at my church last Sunday, this wonderful verse in the book of Hebrews. Let us then with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace in our time of need. So let's pray together. Father, as we pray for grace by approaching your throne of grace, help us to remember the offer of grace that you have given to us in Jesus Christ. Your word says that it is by grace that you have been saved, and it is grace in which we stand. I pray that as students live and learn in this beautiful new building called Grace, they would literally stand in your grace through faith. I pray that this would be a place where many draw near to your throne of grace to receive mercy and find grace to help them in their times of need, that they may then go into the world and help others in their times of need. Bless this building, bless the work that is done within it, so that through it, the world may be touched by the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ. We pray in his name, amen.